all around the world. So it's a very, very consistent protocol, something that you can understand using all natural ingredients, and something that could be helpful on your journey to recovering your health. You guys understand? And that's what we want. We're interested in recovering our health. And the way that we're going to do that, we're going to understand this pipe work. After we understand this pipe work, we're going to learn how to clean it out comprehensively. Now, if you were struggling like me, you're going on the toilet for a very long time, you may be wondering, where did it all go? It is still somewhere in your body. Believe me, okay? When you're eating food, it doesn't just disappear. It's not just going to disappear. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand, chronic constipation is a serious issue, and if you don't resolve it, this is your colon. What the colon's going to do is it's going to continue to pack more waste material inside here. All the food you've eaten all over the years gets packed inside this pipework, and it's just going to get dilated bigger and bigger over time. When your elimination is incomplete, residues of all feces build up in layers on the walls of the colon. As they putrefy, they can cause health problems, pain, and discomfort. And that's what many of you are experiencing right now. Okay? Now, if you're not experiencing this just yet, you're only 1 to 2 days chronically constipated, you should be very grateful you're watching this video, because it doesn't just get better without you doing anything. If you're only 1 to 2 days chronically constipated, you need to do something right now to flush out your small and large intestines combined. Because if you don't, later on we'll talk a lot about liabilities, concerns, or practical pessimism, which we'll get into. So over here, I'm going to scroll down a little bit, get to the protocol. You guys can follow along and take really good notes, okay? A lot of y'all, you need to take really good notes when you're dealing with this, because you may find other protocols online, different self-flush protocols. Now, I have perfected this after doing this for many years, over 5 years, and I can hand this recipe to a complete stranger and they can be very successful with it. The small little details when it comes to proportions are important. The way how you drink this self-flush protocol is also important, okay? Excuse me. So over here you have apple cider vinegar. You want to buy 1 without any sugar added. Next, you're going to buy some citrus fruits. You can choose between limes, lemons, or grapefruit. I highly recommend using grapefruit. They're the best tasting. Over here, this is pink salt, pink Himalayan salt, and you want to get the fine grain. And you also want to try food grade Epsom salt. Let's just say if you're worried about the sodium content in pink salt, you can go on Amazon or anywhere online. You want to look for food grade Epsom salt. Food grade Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate does not have any sodium, so something you want to look into. You can choose between pink salt or food grade Epsom salt. And this is the black coffee. Black coffee is prepared separately. Okay, so coming back, you want to get these other items at the grocery store. I'm going to just load it up. Get yourself a bottle of water, about 2 liters in volume. Get a metal mesh strainer. Okay. Next, get a single press squeezer for your limes, lemons, or grapefruit. You want to get some measuring cups. Measuring cups, they say the exact amount of milliliters on them. And this is apple cider vinegar. This is pink salt, fine grain pink salt from Costco. You want to get yourself a stainless steel thermos that has a volume over 1 liter. Because this mixture we're going to put together, it's going to be about a liter, slightly over a liter. And over here you have coffee also prepared in a stainless steel cup. Okay? So these are the ingredients, and I'm going to teach you how to mix it in. You're going to begin to mix everything in the stainless steel container, whatever you buy. The night before you're finishing dinner around 7:30 p.m., you can still have liquids after dinner, some type of drinks, water, but you're not eating any late night snacks. The next morning when you wake up, same thing, you can have some liquids, but you cannot eat breakfast. You cannot eat breakfast. On an 11 a.m., empty stomach, make this in a stainless steel thermos. I want you to add 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of pink salt or food grade Epsom salt. So that's 25 milliliter salt total. Okay? And you're going to cut and squeeze 3 lemons or limes or 1 grapefruit and filter it through the metal mesh strainer. So you'll extract in the juices. Do not have any pulp, no seeds. You want to make sure the solution is smooth as possible. Next, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Put it in the stainless steel thermos. You can also put it through the metal mesh strainer because oftentimes you're dealing with apple cider vinegar that has sediments, so you can get that removed. Next, you're going to add 2.5 cups of hot water in the stainless steel thermos, and you're going to stir it up. Stir it up real well for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, making sure all the salt dissolves evenly in the stainless steel thermos. Then you're going to add another cup of room temperature water, kind of bring back down the temperature. Now, depending on where you live, you may just stick with warm water or hot water because during the winter time, it may get cool too quickly. I do not want that. I do not want a cool solution. This solution is not going to be burning hot like it's going to be burning your tongue, but it's going to be kind of like black coffee, hot black coffee, that kind of temperature. So the temperature of the coffee and the sulfurous solution is going to be about the same. You're going to be able to drink it down. There's a law in thermodynamics. It's hot expands, cold contracts. So right now, what are we trying to accomplish? People are dealing with chronic constipation. I'm trying to clean this out, kind of like a plumber, okay? We're going to expand these pipes a little bit. When it expands, it'll be able to clean out this pipe even more comprehensively. That's what we're trying to accomplish. You're only going to have 3 things on the table, and notice how all these items are items that are non-breakable items. You guys understand? I do not want you guys to use any items that you can break. This is going to create such a laxative effect that you may be knocking things over on your way to the bathroom, and you may have glass or ceramic shatter. I do not want that. That's why I say plastic bottle. Okay, sulfurous solution in a stainless steel thermos, and the coffee also prepared in a stainless steel cup. That's what we're looking for. And if you knock things over, you may cut yourself because the whole floor is completely wet, right? And you end up at the hospital, you're still shitting out of your behind, but you still have glass stuck to your body. The doctor's like, what the hell did you do to yourself? And you say, I don't know what happened. I just don't know. I just watched this guy on YouTube. Please do not mention my name. Everything is her responsibility. I've already told you before. None of this is professional medical advice. This is your treatment. This is how you're going to slowly drink down the sulfurous protocol. You're going to take a tiny sip of this water, hold it in your mouth. Then you're going to take a bigger gulp of the sulfurous solution, drinking it down. Then you're going to sip on black coffee, kind of reward yourself with a familiar taste. Notice how I said you take a tiny sip of this water, hold it in your mouth, then follow up with a bigger gulp of the sulfurous solution, drinking it down, and then you're sipping on black coffee, rewarding yourself. So you can go through this process over and over again. But the goal is to put down the sulfurous solution first in the stomach. You guys understand? So over here, you guys can screenshot this, sip on the bottled water, hold it in your mouth, take a big gulp with the sulfurous solution, drink it down, sipping on black coffee, optional, repeating steps 1 through 3. But your goal is to finish this thermal solution first, okay? Throughout this presentation, I'll be going over my different social medias. There may be some questions I can help answer along the way. Now, as you know, I'm going to come back to my PowerPoint slides. If you leave a question, don't worry, I will get to it when I can. And also this call is recorded. So over here. Okay, what else do we have? We got okay. Alright, as we are dealing with the soft flush protocol, you're going to gradually drink it in. And before you even start drinking this product, I want you to be as relaxed as possible. You want to listen to some classical music, your favorite piano soaking music, whatever you listen to. You want to practice deep breathing, which is breathing through the nose, and then you can feel your stomach rising up and down. Okay, so breathing through the nose and have your stomach rise up and down is that important. As you do that, you're going to create a very safe environment, which will allow the soft flush protocol to enter your small intestines. You can take 35 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, an hour and a half to drink this. Doesn't matter. This is not a race. A lot of people make the mistake of, oh, you must drink this very fast. Incorrect. Because when you first start drinking this product, your stomach doesn't even know what this is, so it becomes very anxious. If it's anxious, you have something called pyloric sphincter here. The pyloric sphincter will be clenched. It will be closed. And that soft flush solution cannot enter into your small intestines. And as you're drinking this, now you're feeling that the soft flush solution is coming back up your esophagus, so you want to throw up. If you have any of those types of feelings, just set everything aside. Do not do anything. Just set everything aside, relax, and listen to some music, maybe watch some comedy, and then wait until those feelings subside. After those feelings subside, then resume the drinking of the soft flush protocol. You notice how these small little details are so important, and you cannot overlook these small little details. Now, everyone's a little bit different. Some people, they may wait another 30 minutes, 45 minutes before they feel they have a bowel movement going. As I've shared before, this digestive system is very long, right? It's 6 meters total. From that floor to the basketball rim is 3 meters off the floor. So imagine you have 2 of them, one stacked on top of another, NBA hoops. That entire height is the length of your small and large intestines combined. So for some people, it's just going to take you a little bit longer for the soft flush to work its way through your digestive tract. Plus, if you're much taller than everybody else, you simply have a much longer digestive tract. That's how it works. Now, over time, you're going to have solids are going to come out of your digestive system. Okay, all this hardened waste material that's been trapped inside your colon, that's going to exit. And over time, it's going to transition to soft poop. Okay, you never force anything out in the toilet. You just relax and let them fall out. That's how you use the bathroom. Over time, it's going to transition to really, really soft poop. And later on, it's going to transition to torn brown water, lots of it. Okay, when you're at the stage when it transitions to really, really soft poop, I want you to pound this water safely. You can take this bottled water into the bathroom with you and continue to drink out of this bottled water, exhaling the air through the nose. So you're not drinking both the water and the air. You're adding more water pressure at the top of your digestive system to punch out all the nasty debris that's accumulated inside your small and large intestines. That's the goal, which will be creating a diarrhea tsunami you never experienced before. Most people don't believe me when I say this, but I'm making a believer out of them. For many of them, their first try. They learned to follow my directions to a T. You're spewing out all this nasty material accumulated inside the small and large intestines. Okay? And that's how you're going to reset your body. You're not going to fix by taking a whole bunch of medications or different laxatives. which I'll be explaining later. This is producing a laxative effect, but we're using all natural ingredients. This will not create much of a burden in your system. I haven't experienced it anyway. Now, of course, work with your doctor, find out what's right for you. And over time, as you're drinking from this bottled water, you're going to notice the color of this waste material is going to become lighter and lighter over time. When you're sitting on the toilet, I highly recommend you guys also get some type of a stool. If you get some type of a stool, that's going to give you an elevated squatting position. And human beings, we are designed to use the bathroom in a squatting position. We're not designed to use the bathroom at a 90 degree. It's sitting on this 90 degree that's caused a lot of problems in our digestive system because we're not designed to use the bathroom that way. After you spew out everything, I want you to begin first by eating some probiotics to recoat back up your small and large intestines with some good microbiome. Your microbiome provides a protective layer over the small and large intestines. Many different probiotics on the market. You're going to have to find the right ones for you. I try very inexpensive one. I try expensive ones. Right now, the one that I use is probably the least expensive one. So find out what works for you, and right after, I want you to take some electrolytes. You can use watermelons, you can use coconut water, okay? You can even make your own Gatorade. Don't drink Gatorade, just make your own, because the stuff that's on the market right now, they have so much garbage in them. And you can look into these as well. These are hydration packs. These is mixed with water. But you want to look into it. I haven't tried this. And as you're doing the self-less protocol, you're actually releasing a lot of trash out of the body, but also electrolytes, because we're pounding on that water. So you have to replenish the sodium chloride, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. You guys understand? Now, when you're eating foods, if you're not extremely hungry, you don't have to eat right away. You can relax and then prepare some very soft foods. For example, you can eat congee, you can eat fruits, you can eat papaya, okay? You can eat oatmeal, nothing complicated. Work with one ingredient at a time. If you're eating too much, you are going to throw up, okay? Your body needs to reset. Now you just unleashed all this waste material from both the small and large intestines, recoating it back up with probiotics, also electrolytes. And if you have that urgency, you want to eat something, you can eat, but you cannot be going out there eating your trash foods, your Burger Kings, McDonald's, whatever the hell that you've been eating. You gotta eat healthy foods from all natural ingredients. You guys understand? Begin to learn recipes that you can prepare yourself at home. It's not rocket science. You guys can figure it out. You're all very intelligent, okay? Many free recipes online. You can prepare it in advance or prepare them in bulk, so you always have nutritional meals you can go to. Your KPI that you must restore is daily bowel movements, multiple daily bowel movements. This is the key performance indicator for your health. You can never shy away from its important KPIs such as urination, bowel movements, and sweating. Because these three things are the three that's going to help detox your body on a regular basis. Detoxification is not about supplementing your body with more minerals or vitamins, whatever, potions. That's what the market's always telling you to do. They always say that you're not enough. You gotta get this, you gotta buy that. I'm telling y'all, you need to go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right. That's what you need to do. Don't think about all this other stuff. Do this on a regular basis. I do detox protocols once a week, okay? And that's what's changed my life, my family's life, and also hundreds of people all around the world. So in short, that is the self-less protocol. Okay, you guys need to take notes. and go through this video a couple more times. Make sure you have all the small little details that can help you on this journey. I'm going to go through my social media. I'm going to check my different things. Now I also want to just go through here, see if you guys can. Da, da, da. Alright, so if you are chronically constipated and it's very, very severe, you may not want to do my protocol right away, okay? Because your colon is so impacted with fecal matter, you may have to do a colon hydrotherapy first. A colon hydrotherapy is like this, okay? You want to go to this clinic and they have this apparatus right here. You just lay down and you're putting your feet right here. And the colon hydrotherapist, this person's going to put in hot water through your back end, okay, just like this, to help get the waste material out of your colon. A lot of y'all, you're so severely chronically constipated, your colon is so dilated, it has so much trash. You need to find something that's going to clean you out. And some of you, you may need to go every single day for an entire week just to get things back to normal, okay? And you want to just relax and let your colon heal itself, because some people, you are so dilated in your colon, it's just been stretched out. So many problems can happen right here in this colon. It's all the Bojangles, all the Taco Bells, all the McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken, your Costco samples, the frozen pizzas, the ice creams that you were not able to get it out of your body through your bowel movements. It's still in there somewhere. I haven't tried this myself, so you got to work with an experienced colon hydrotherapist. If this person, if you're not communicating well with them, they may be putting in the water pressure too quick. If they put it in too quick, then you may get a perforation or a break in your colon. If that happens, you have feces overflowing outside of your large intestine. You may go into sepsis shock and go to the hospital. I'm not joking. There's always a risk if you do anything regarding natural health, okay? Yeah, there's always a risk if you try my protocol, okay? But I can also guarantee you there is a risk if you do absolutely nothing. And that's what most people are doing. They do absolutely nothing. They know they're chronically constipated, 2 to 3 days, 3 or 4 days at a time, and they don't care. They don't care. And let me tell you what's going to happen to you if you don't care. If you just kind of just brush things off. Well, you may be experiencing a toxic megacolon over time. This is a life-threatening complication caused by, okay, so you characterized by swelling and dilation of large intestine due to the inflammation and accumulation of large amount of gas. Listen, this is more than gas. This is all the trash you've eaten all over the years, and you were not able to get them out of your body. So the doctor had to remove your whole colon. Well, you may be wondering what happens next if they remove the whole colon. Let me tell you something. Let's go through some of these surgeries that got lined up for you. So over here, this is a left hemicolectomy. If something goes wrong with the descending portion of your colon, they cut this diseased portion off and then just reattach the remaining sections joined. Kind of like a USB port or something, like plug and play. Over here, a colostomy, let's just say this end portion of your colon disease, so the doctors remove it. Well, how does the poop exit through the back? It doesn't, because the doctors have this procedure where they create a hole. It's called a stoma. in the abdominal wall allows waste to leave the body. You're going to have to manage this bag for the rest of your life. Many people have this installed. Take a nice stroll at your local ICU. Go to your hospital, talk to your nurses, and ask them what kind of patients are they seeing. A lot of them have this bag installed. And these are not just for the elderly, like 60 and up. No, they're young people with this. Over here, we have a right hemicolectomy. That's to say, the ascending portion of the colon gets messed up, so the doctors remove this whole portion. This is the part where your small intestines gets attached to the colon. This is your appendix right here. You can actually kind of just think about it, this is the right side of your abdomen, okay, coming up. They remove this portion, then they just reattach the rest. Once again, more plug and play. Over here, this is called ileoanal anastomosis. What this procedure is that if they remove the whole colon's disease, they remove it completely, they use the remaining section of your small intestine, because your small intestines is 4.5 meters, right? There's like, we got a lot of material here we can work with. We're going to create a pouch around the anus, so this person can continue to have their waste material exit out the anus. But although they'll likely have several watery bowel movements daily. What I'm saying is, if you have this procedure, it's very likely you're going to be wearing adult diapers for the rest of your life. Okay? Over here, somebody experiencing a colon severely displaced. The colon is already taken a different form. Okay? A normal, healthy looking colon looks like this. Ascending, transverse, and descending portion of the colon. You guys understand? Over here, this is a lady, she was only 23 years old in Taiwan. She's dealing with this, where the colon goes up, loops back down, and loops back up again. It is so high up, it's like in her chest. She may have problem breathing. Finally, it turns back down and out the back for waste elimination. Just imagine any time when she's standing up, the poop has to fight against gravity just to get to this point in her colon before finally making its way back down. People could be experiencing diverticulitis, okay? And many different symptoms where you're dealing with diverticulitis. They say that 50% of people over 60 have this. And the doctor's always telling you, it's because you're not eating enough fiber. You're not eating enough fiber. What are the different signs and symptoms? You have pain, tenderness in the left lower side of the abdomen. Over here, this is the descending portion of the colon, right? Nausea, vomiting, chills, cramps in the lower abdomen, constipation, diarrhea, rectal bleeding. What a mess. Over here, people are experiencing ulcerative colitis. Now, the different signs and symptoms are diarrhea, bloody stools, abdominal cramping, and weight loss. This is inflammation in the colon, ulcerative surface. Now, as people are taking a lot of antibiotics, that's what's going to happen, from my layman's understanding. Because your probiotics, it provides a protective layer, a microbiome for your small and large intestines. When you're just throwing down antibiotics, you're destroying that protective layer. You're dealing with all those different types of symptoms, and the doctors, they prescribe you corticosteroids, immunosuppressants, and biologics. These different drugs, they suppress the immune system. So in the short term, you are reducing the symptom flare-ups, but that doesn't mean you solve the root of the problem. Over here, Crohn's disease, it is inflammation in the small and large intestines. Once again, what are the symptoms? You have diarrhea, stomach aches or cramps, blood in the stool, tiredness or fatigue, weight loss, okay? And many problems with this. And what the doctors usually do, they just usually prescribe some form of corticosteroids. Welcome people on my Twitter. And if you have any questions, just type them in. We've got a couple of people. Ask your questions, okay? Now, a lot of people, they could be dealing with a rectal prolapse, right? A rectal prolapse is simply when people are sitting on the toilet for a very long time. They're trying to force things out, trying to make something happen. In the process of doing so, they're putting a lot of pressure on their anus. So the rectum actually flips inside out. I know it sounds disgusting, but many people have this. Many people around the world have this, and this stuff could get infected, which may end up with something called anal abscess and fistulas. So this is an infected cavity filled with pus near the anus or rectum. Okay, so it's a small tunnel that tracks from the opening side of the anal canal to an outside opening in the skin near the anus. So what else can you have? Chronic constipation leading to anal fissures. A fissure, simply a breakage, a crack, a splitting. Very, very painful. Now, when you go to the doctors, you ask them, why am I getting a prolapse? Why am I getting an anal fissure? You know, they will always say things like, oh, there's no clear-cut cause. An estimated 30 to 67% of patients with chronic constipation, infrequent stools, or severe straining, an additional 50% have diarrhea. In the past, this condition was assumed to be linked to giving birth multiple times of vaginal delivery. However, as many as 35% of patients with rectal prolapse never gave birth, and it can occur in men. There might be some genetic predisposition to this condition. In other words, some patients are more prone based on their genes to develop this condition while others don't. Listen, they always try to blame it on some outside thing that you can't control, such as your genes, okay? This is what they wrote on their medical website. They say 30 to 67% of patients have chronic constipation. Don't you think that's a pretty clear-cut cause? A lot of people, they're dealing with internal or external hemorrhoids, which is also very problematic. So what these things are, these are swollen veins that can happen. And it could be very itchy, cause rectal bleeding, okay? And you're going to the CVS buying preparation H, which I have in the past myself. I'm very grateful I no longer have this, but the reason why I had it is because chronic constipation. When you're forcing yourself on the toilet for a very long time, that's what you get. When you go to your primary care, they tell you, no problem, I'm going to refer you to a proctologist. What is a proctologist? These are specialized medical doctors or colorectal surgeons. They can treat the entire gastrointestinal tract, but they're focused on primarily the rectum and the anus. They're going to put on their latex gloves to examine you, okay? This is a very, very profitable business because so many people have chronic constipation and they're developing these anal fissures. They're developing the prolapse. They're developing the hemorrhoids, anal abscesses. Well, the doctor is going to examine you, like this guy, the bottom whisper, getting their gloves ready. They're ready to examine you. They're going to tell you, hey, we're going to be able to do this procedure here, to help patch you up, okay? But you have to think about, did I really solve the root of the problem? If you're still dealing with issues down here, with dealing with severe chronic constipation, don't you think you're going to develop new hemorrhoids, develop new anal fissures, develop new rectal prolapse? Make it make sense. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm going to be sharing some screenshots from different Facebook groups or Reddit groups, many different forums out there where people are looking for answers. Okay, there are many people all over the world suffering from chronic constipation. Don't ever think that your problem is unique, like nobody understands you, or no doctor can fix you. Many people are suffering the same fate. Over here, anonymous member says, I'm impacted. All home remedies, OTC laxatives, enemas, dietary changes, additions, nutritional oils, quit working last month. All of a sudden, the ER couldn't reach it, and their enemas didn't work. The highest dosage of Linzess does nothing, and the Marilax colonoscopy prep is giving me overflow diarrhea. Small bits are coming off the impaction, probably from the hospital and enemas I got Saturday. What else can I do? I feel like the impaction is just way too big to get out, and it seems like nothing is softening it enough. Okay? Over here, this other person says, hello, I've been struggling with severe chronic constipation for a couple of years now, but it's only gotten worse. Over the last 6 months or so, I've been prescribed Trulance and lenses, high doses for both, and neither of those medications are working very well for me at this point. I can pass a little bit of stool, but not much, so I'm constantly extremely backed up. I had to spend about half my waking hours lying down because I'm so bloated and nauseous and often in pain. As far as OTC laxatives, nothing really works there either. Dulcolax, enemas, suppositories, magnesium citrate, nothing works. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy today, but can't keep the bowel prep down. The procedure had been rescheduled for a month from now, and one of the nurses at my GI office prescribed a pill-based cleanse. The pill is called Sutab, and I was warned ahead of time that patients often have trouble completely emptying their bowels with this pill. So given my struggles, I am doubtful that this will actually work for me. Here's my question. Has anyone here gone to the point where nothing works, meds or OTC laxatives, and had to have sort of in-office medical procedure done? I'm so sick and so miserable. What about facial colonics? I'm not even sure how those work. If anyone has any advice or experience with this, I'd be very grateful if you could share with me what you ended up doing, what the outcome was like. So don't ever think that your chronic constipation, your problems are so unique. Okay? There are millions and millions of people all around the world in the same struggle. It's just to various degrees. I already did the keyword analysis, okay? Keyword analysis simply when people are going on Google, going on Bing, going on Yahoo, some type of a search engine, what is the number of people keying in the search volume for constipation? Is it a growing market or a diminishing, contracting market? It's only growing. It is recession proof, okay? It doesn't matter if there's an economic recession, the stock market blows up, or the real estate bubble blows up in your face. I'm telling y'all, the number of people looking for constipation relief will still be going up. That's how it works. We think that we're so modern, advanced in our society. We have these doctors. We have these different specialists. But we still can't solve the problem, right? People are going from one specialist to the next, going from one GI doctor to the next, trying everything. And they don't know what the hell they're doing. I talk to people like this all the time where they're in this struggle, right? They try so many different things and then giving up on one GI doctor, now they're going to another. And different doctors just throw different things down, trying to see something will work. Look, I'm telling you, I'm going to share something with you guys. It's probably off your radar screen, and that has to deal with internal parasites. Until you understand and learn about internal parasites for yourself, okay, it's going to be very tough for you to accept the reality, because a lot of y'all, you may be dealing with multiple species of parasites, and that's what's causing the obstruction inside the digestive tract. Over here, people think that, oh, internal parasites, this is something that's happening only in third world countries, can never happen in a first world country such as Switzerland, Canada, United States. Wrong. Whole Foods market. People are looking with their own eyes. They can see parasites in their salmon or in their Costco salmon, okay? Parasites are very common. This is a museum in Japan. They got 60,000 specimens. And according to my research, it's about 100 different internal parasites that can harm the human body. The United States also has a national parasite collection with over 100,000 specimens. You guys can look that up. Today I'm going to go over some internal parasites, very, very common. Liver flukes, pinworms, tapeworms, roundworms. Okay, you might hear about them when you were little. Let me tell you, they're still around. They don't just disappear once you get older. So liver flukes are extremely dangerous. These are flatworms. There are many different types of flatworms that can penetrate through your body and really stage an invasion. This is how they hatch underwater. And once they hatch, you're going to first target an intermediary host, such as a snail. You're going to find that these different parasites that have the ability to work their way up the food chain. Okay? They're gonna use the snail, extract the nutrients from the snail, grow to a certain size. After they grow to a certain size, they exit and land on some vegetation. Now, while they're on this vegetation, the cow or the sheep comes over, eat this vegetation, and that's how these liver flukes get inside these animals. You can talk to anybody in ranching, anybody that is in ranching, raising cattle, raising sheep, Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota, Colorado, Montana, doesn't matter. Australia, New Zealand, every single year they have to deal with this. They have to get medications for their livestock because they're finding they're getting sick. And if you have liver flukes in your body, you're going to get sick. Liver flukes, they love to target your liver because your liver is a storage of vitamins and minerals. Your liver has a lot of different functions. And if you don't take care and get rid of these liver flukes, they're going to use your liver, continue to survive and replicate. This other particular worm attacks your kidneys. Different worms can attack different parts of your body. Many risk factors on the market. People are eating a lot of rare, undercooked meats. Okay, people are watching Food Network. They want to go experience Michelin star. Well, listen, you're putting yourself at risk eating steak tartare, Korean barbecue. If you're eating a lot of any type of intestinal products, sushi, sashimi, hot pot, they all carry a lot of risk. Tapeworms are very common in beef, in pork, and also in fish. Okay, you can see how they work their way up the food chain. And this is what they look like under the microscope. This is the rostellum, kind of like their teeth. That's going to continue to suck the life force out of you. These are the different suckers that they have, which will provide them a very good foothold on your intestinal wall, so they're not going anywhere. This is their anatomy. This is the head portion. And over here, this is their reproductive system. These are hermaphrodites. They can continue to survive and replicate inside of you indefinitely. Okay? So over here, you have one beef tapeworm. They have these things called progonids. The reproductive cycle, reproductive system, and each progonid can produce 100,000 eggs. If you do the simple math, if this one beef tapeworm has 1,000 progonids, we're looking at 100 million eggs. Somebody pulled out from a person a tapeworm that is close to 60 feet. Okay? 60 feet. So you have all this waste material inside your body. Different parasites can also attack your pets. Over here you have a cat freaking out over here. Their owner is pulling out a tapeworm. This is an American bully. They're spewing out a whole bunch of roundworms. And over here, this is a cat. I'm pretty sure this is the botfly. Very common in Africa. Now, parasites are so powerful, they can go to the next generation through the gestation period via the umbilical cord. Okay, you guys do your own research. And certain parasites, they can enter through the next generation through the mother's milk. So you have any risk factors all around you. For those of y'all, you're very close with your pets, that's great. At the same time, are you deworming your dogs? Are you deworming yourself? Your kid is coming down with a whole bunch of skin problems, digestive problems. Maybe they are allergic to every food. Okay, it could be parasites. Well, you're coming down with a whole bunch of problems, digestive problems, skin conditions. Because these parasites, they're going to survive and replicate inside of you. On top of that, they still have to use the bathroom inside your body. So your body has all this waste material it doesn't know what to do with, so it shows up as inflammation. Now, to give you a healthy dose of fear, over here you got parasites targeting your muscles. You have parasites targeting your brain. This is called neurocysticercosis. Over here, these are pinworms. You probably heard about them when you were little. Still very common. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. According to PubMed, we're talking about it's affecting close to 1 billion people worldwide from all socioeconomic classes. So it doesn't matter where you live or how much money you make, you can get pinworms. Over here, this is the life cycle of a roundworm, very common in dogs, cats, also rabbits and ducks. And I know some people, they raise rabbits and ducks as pets. Now, you do have an immune system, consists of monocytes, eosinophils, basophils, neutrophils, and lymphocytes. They do have the ability to identify internal parasites and get rid of them. The problem is that a lot of people, you're taking corticosteroids or immunosuppressants. As you're taking these type of products, it suppresses your immune system. So your immune system is not getting rid of the internal parasites. In this environment, the parasites continue to survive and replicate. See this risk right here, this came out of a human being. They extracted all these roundworms out of somebody's colon. When you have this many roundworms, this is not spaghetti, okay? When you have this many roundworms stuck inside your small and large intestines, of course you're going to have chronic constipation. It doesn't matter if you're taking laxatives, they're not going out, okay? These are some different herbs you got to look into that could be very helpful for you when you're dealing with eliminating your internal parasites. This is clove bud, this is wormwood. There are many traditional herbal medicine that can treat different parasitic infections. Now, this is Vermox or Mebendazole. This is generic now. There are many different brands that sell Mebendazole all over the world. In many places, it's over the counter. You do not need a doctor's prescription for it. And over here, we're dealing with roundworms, whipworms, pinworms, and hookworms with this one product. There are many herbal blends. This is a black walnut and wormwood combination in tincture form. This is a wormwood combination in pill form. So you got to work with your doctor, naturopathic doctor, integrative medicine. You want to work with doctors that are experienced with their patients dealing with internal parasites. And you want to talk to some of those patients, because if the doctor's doing their job, the naturopathic, integrative, the patients are not going back. You guys understand? Because they're treating the root of the problem. When you're dealing with whatever health problem you're dealing with right now, always ask these questions. Am I treating just the symptoms, or am I getting to the root cause? With your dogs, work with your vet. This is Panicure C. This is called Fembenzidole. So something like this could be for your dogs and for your cats. And especially if you have a cat that's going inside and outside. Cats, they love to hunt down things, okay? They're going after rats. They're going after squirrels. They're going after possums, all right? There's plenty of parasites. Over here, these are prescription strength. You want to work with your doctor, look into albendazole and this other product, because there are many parasites. There are single cell protozoans. For example, look up malaria. Malaria is a form of a parasite. It is very, very small, but attacks your red blood cells, if I remember correctly. And if you're dealing with something like that, you need to have some prescription strength medications. So obviously, prevention is definitely the key. There are many different products on the market. You have to continue to do your own research, right? And you want to learn which ones are right for you. Now, some doctors will tell you to go get a test to see if you actually do have parasites. I'm just saying, I think there's a lot of false negatives out there. If you come to Asia, I think you get probably a much better accurate testing, because they don't want you to know you have internal parasites. If you talk to most doctors out there regarding this, they're going to scoff at you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to tell you, oh, it's all in your head. Or may they refer you to go see a psychiatrist. It's very, very possible. Because they always tell you, no, that doesn't. Listen. You guys go watch this YouTube video. Okay. You want to type in Animal Planet liver flukes. Animal Planet liver flukes. Let me just type it in so you guys know exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so this lady, she was dealing with this liver fluke for over 4 years. What a nightmare. And in the process of doing so, there was a time she was in so much pain, right? She ended up at the ER, and after doing all the tests, they couldn't find anything wrong with her. Isn't that the most frustrating thing to hear? You're at the ER, you're running through all these tests, and they still can't find anything wrong with you. Because most doctors, they don't look into internal parasites. Okay? So that's why I want you guys to look at all these different videos. Spend the next 60 days really learn about different parasites and how they can attack different parts of your body, right? And oh my goodness. See? Here we go. An adult liver fluke escaping from the bile duct of a sheep at post-mortem. Here we go, more of it. So there is a lot of different stuff that can happen. So this is a sheep, right? Go look at these videos. Do not believe anything that I say. You have to continue to do your own research. And there are different parasites. For example, over here, this is another flatworm. And over here, this one was attacking their lungs. So this guy was having lung problems. Okay? So today I gave you guys a lot of information regarding how to improve your digestive health. Now, today we talked about how to fix your chronic constipation using the Saltfish protocol. We also talked about different liabilities, concerns if you don't fix chronic constipation. Because that's what most of you are all doing. You guys are putting things off. So I gave you a lot of different things that could happen to you if you continue to ignore the way that you've been doing. Next, we talked about internal parasites, how you can get rid of them. I highly recommend you guys get proficient on my protocol first, or some type of a protocol that can clean out both the small and large intestines combined. Do this for a couple of weeks. I still do my protocol once a week. You gotta have the confidence, if you're to do some type of a parasite detox, you have the confidence of flushing out the dead parasites out of your body. Do you guys understand? If you jump into this protocol right away, you're like, I'm very anxious about internal parasites. I want to take these medications. Well, that may not be the first thing to do. Because if you take a whole bunch of medications like this, but you're still chronically constipated, now you're dealing with all this backed up fecal matter plus the dead parasites sitting in your body right now. Why don't we learn to solve problems one step at a time? Okay? I can't teach you addition, subtraction, multiplication, division before I teach you about numbers. You guys understand? Why don't you work your way up? And I think a lot of people get into trouble with their detox protocols because they do things in the wrong order. Okay, my order kind of looks like this. You're getting the small and large intestines completely cleaned out. Okay, get really proficient at it. Later on, you are taking some type of herbal blends or OTC medications for parasites. Work with this one at a time. And you're going to rotate through week in and week out, because getting rid of parasites, it's a 2 to 3 months project. Okay, that's how it is. And then over time, you are going to learn about how you can also improve your liver health. So coming back to this photo, you're going to start to learn how you can improve your organs one by one. How do you improve the conditions of your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas, and also your kidneys? So that's the next level up. And I've done all these things through the last couple of years. I've learned so much about my own health. I know how to get the gallstones naturally passed out of the body. So, because I don't want to do one of those surgeries where they remove the gallbladder, right? This is somebody's gallbladder completely removed, because gallbladder in here completely stuck with all those gallstones. I do not want that. Also, I don't want to be doing any type of dialysis. So I'm already working on my kidneys, learning about kidney health, how I can improve the condition of my kidneys right now. You don't have to wait until you have a problem or you do some type of test and the doctors tell you, oh, these numbers are off. Okay, then you become very, very anxious. Just from the environment that we're living in right now and all the trash eating that I did in the past, I know my kidneys has a lot of room for improvement. And I'm sure a lot of y'all are in the same situation that I'm in. Okay? And if you have the presence of mind to think, hey, I don't have to wait until problems get so severe. I can improve right now, and I want to continue to improve. And that's the right attitude when it comes to your health. What's the goal? My goal is to fix my own health. Okay? I do not want to go to the doctors. I'm sure many of you do not want to go to the doctors. See, I posted a photo earlier and somebody gave me a response for it. I'll tell you what life is like. And highly recommend all you young folks go to your local hospital. Go take a nice stroll around the ICU. Why should you do that? Because that's going to give you some idea what type of struggle people are going through. The medical industrial complex is like this. There's no money in healthy people. Healthy people doing their own thing, okay? There's no money in dead people, right? They're already dead. But the system desires to keep you here. The money is right in the middle. They want to keep you in a state of dependency. They want to keep you in a state of you're never feeling well. There's always something wrong. There's always something that is chronically happening to you. It's like one thing after the next. Okay? You're like spiraling downwards all the time. You have no peace in your life because there is some type of a pain, some type of a discomfort that is nagging you throughout the day. And that's going to put a different color in everything else that you do. You take that energy into your work. You take that energy into your meetings, right? Let's just say if you're dealing with some type of hemorrhoids and it's causing you a lot of itchiness and you're driving to an appointment, throughout that whole drive, and you may be stuck in traffic. So on top of you're going to that appointment, it's just stress on top of stress. And what do the doctors usually tell you? Oh, put on preparation H. That's all you have to do. Well, did that really resolve the root of the problem? Why don't you take a closer look into this presentation that I made today, right? And this is not something that you do every once in a while. How often do you brush your teeth? You brush your teeth every single day, right? And there's got to be some type of a routine. Goes in that with your detox protocols. For me, it's once a week. I do this once a week. For some people, it's once every 2 weeks. But you have to find your own rhythm. Okay? Because if you don't, you are looking at a very, very, I would say, problematic future. So what do I got for y'all? Okay, I'm actually putting together a school. All right, in my school, I'm still putting together these courses, but the self-flush protocol that I explained, it is complete. Okay, you guys can sign up for my class today. Right, you guys can sign up for my class. It's $49 a month, and there's no long-term. You guys can cancel anytime. I'm going to leave that link, okay? Just because right now, I still got to work on the art aspect, but this is the protocol that's going to help you, and I highly recommend y'all to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself because when you just watch a free video like this, you don't take any action, okay? And I want you guys to be people that invest in your own health. I have a lot of courses that will be coming up in the future over here. The Parasite Cleanse Protocol, we'll be discussing in detail about Parasite Cleanse. I'll be discussing liver and gallbladder flush and cleanse I've done this 45 times. I'm out of the realm of theory. You guys understand? I don't like to teach people a whole bunch of theory. Over here, kidney cleanse and rejuvenation. I've done it over 60 times. I've been doing it every single day since August. Over here, there's also other one-on-one coaching numerology. That is a separate fee. Deep mindset renewal. Numerology course, Secrets in the Universe. 4 weeks on one-on-one coaching. Okay. There are many different courses I'll be coming up in the future. But if you purchase this program now, right, you will learn a lot what I discussed today regarding the soft flush protocol. You want to eliminate the waste material out of your body. Well, we got the video 1, introduction to the digestive system. I'll teach you that. Next, I'm going to teach you the soft flush shopping list. Next, I'm going to teach you how to make the soft flush. Do this exactly. Next, I'm going to teach you how to drink the soft flush. Do this exactly. Next, I'm going to teach you how to poop professionally, because a lot of y'all don't know how to do that. Next, what to do after the soft flush. Next, I'm going to give you a small intro how to get rid of internal parasites. And next, give you directions after detox. Okay? So you guys can hit me up on my DMs, and I'll provide you with the link to my school. Of course, there are going to be a lot of other courses, and this is how you're going to get access to me. Okay, to my courses is also coaching, because the game is sold, not told. If I just tell you this stuff for free, you guys won't do nothing with it. I have bought so much courses over the years because I was very, very desperate, and I wanted to improve my own health, right? And I'm very, very grateful. My health has only gotten better. The metabolism that I experience right now is so much better than in my 20s. So this is me before, in my 30s, okay? I could not lose this belly fat. Even though I was very, very persistent going to the gym, I even had a personal coach, I had a workout plan, and I'll do every single damn rep, right? If it's on the spreadsheet, I'm doing it. But I still could not achieve those results that I've been looking for. You know, the six-pack abs. You know, just get a really well-defined body and physique. So over here is another photo of me. This is at an internet marketing conference in San Diego. And back then, you can see the inflammation around my face. Also, my midsection, which is bulging. These buttons, they were just holding on to dear life. So over here, now I'm just shredded all year round, okay? Right now, this is like me, all year round. And I haven't even gone to the gym the last couple of years. That doesn't mean I don't work out, I do work out. One of the most effective things that you can do is go for walks every single day, okay? 25 minutes, 30 minutes, make it that part of your routine. Maybe you, instead of driving to the grocery store, okay? If you have that availability, why don't you just walk there? Walk to the grocery store and carry your groceries back. Let me tell you, that's a workout. That is a workout. And I also have this program separate. If you don't want to get my program in the school, you can also just get this program separate by itself. Okay, there are no recurring charges whatsoever. So I'll also be posting that across my social media. But ask your questions. If you guys have any questions, don't be shy. Okay? My name is John. Okay? I'm just another regular guy. But over the years, I've helped so many people improve their digestive health. And there are people, they're very smart. They take advantage of my free videos. For example, Nate over here, he said, I did your protocol last night. Holy crap, I was not prepared for what came out. You've helped me so much. I just purchased your program to support you. Thank you, and many blessings to you. Hey, many blessings to you too, Nate. Thank you for your presence of mind to really see the value in what I have to teach, right? And over here, this is my friend in Italy. He says, man, it's like peeing from my ass. That's what it is. My friend in Malaysia and other people that purchased my program. I've helped hundreds of people in Taiwan, also Asia, Singapore, many different places. I also teach this in Mandarin Chinese. Okay, so you guys can communicate with me if you have any questions regarding this. So some of these testimonies are very, very funny. You guys can find an image translator. It's very funny how people describe their experience. When they're blasting out the waste material from the back, right? They said they're sending out rockets. That's how they describe it. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to clean this up, clean the small and large intestines combined, and using the soft flush protocol, it's very likely that you're going to blast out all this waste material. And I want to warn you guys, the smell is absolutely horrendous. Okay, you got to get some ventilation going, keep your windows open, and warn your loved ones in advance because it smells that bad. It is that atrocious. And I highly recommend you guys get in my program. Highly recommend maybe communicate with me on Instagram. On my Instagram is the real John Chow. Okay, I'm gonna post that in. You guys can communicate with me and send me a DM and kind of go back and forth, learn about what your situation is and how I may be able to help you. Okay, and that's what I have for y'all. I'm going to leave the next couple of minutes for your questions. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the message section. I see people on my Twitter, but I don't see any questions. We've been going for an hour now, okay, so yeah, I see people on my YouTube. Ask your question regarding digestive health. What are you dealing with now? Be happy to help any way that I can. I'm going to stay just for a few more minutes and I'll close out this presentation. And I want to thank y'all, anybody that is watching this. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me, or you can also go back to the beginning of this presentation. You guys can rewatch these videos. And I don't know how long I'll be keeping up these videos, right? Because I want you guys to make an investment in yourself. Make an investment in yourself, in your own health, especially when you're young. Okay? And if you want that practical pessimism, if you want to have a good dose of liabilities concerns, you have to go to the local ICU, or just look around your own family members. Many people, in addition to my own family members, I grew up with so many family members with a whole bunch of health problems. It was horrible. And I had a lot of fear in me. I did not know, how come we always ended up like this? And the doctors always say you just have this unavoidable genetic predisposition. Unavoidable genetic predisposition. Unavoidable genetic predisposition. Well, that was long. And I disagree. Over the years, I've learned so much about natural health. I learned so much. I am in control of my own health. Right? I don't need to do a whole bunch of stuff if I just take good care of my own health now. Right? And of course, staying very, very humble. I always think that there's so much more to learn, so much more for me to experience. And it's not about just learning. It's also about doing, okay? Many people, they know so many detox protocols, or they've seen different conferences, but many of them, they don't do anything. They have a lot of head knowledge. But when it comes to where the rubber meets the road, that's what it's going to take. It's that consistency, right? If you want a great physique, if you want to have a healthy body, you must have a regular detox schedule program in place. Just like if you want strong, healthy teeth, you want to be brushing your teeth daily, right? You don't want a whole bunch of trash accumulating inside between your teeth and the gums, because you're going to get cavity. Now imagine all the things you've eaten all over the years, all the remnants, all the small little micro BS you've eaten all over the years, in addition to the microplastics. We are bombarded with a lot of plastic products. And a lot of that is caked up in the small intestine. The small intestine has a surface area of a football field. So it's going to take more than one run to clean out your digestive system. You guys understand? It's going to be persistence. It's going to be consistency. It's about having a schedule in place where you are scheduling around your detox protocol. Okay? And thanks so much for watching this video. I'm not seeing any questions, but follow my social medias. In addition, get my program on School, or you can just get my program on my Gumroad, which I'll provide the link in the comments below later as well. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.